Welcome to Plandish, where plans are flexible, the vibes are good, and the kids are suspiciously quiet. I'm Alexandra, a twin mom, routine realist, and your guide to kinda sorta getting it together. Let's dive into today's episode before someone spills their snack. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Plandish, hosted by yours truly. Today, we are diving into something that has been hitting me very, very hard lately. Why parents, especially moms, never feel truly rested, even when we technically, quote unquote, get rest. And spoiler, it's not just because we're tired. It's because we're carrying invisible expectations, mental overload, and guilt like a second diaper bag. I'm joined by my first ever guest, and we're going to talk about different types of rest, how to actually fit it into real parent and mom life, and why self-care doesn't have to mean that expensive spa day. But first, let me share this week's Plandish pivot, because of course I had big plans to have an amazing rest night on Tuesday. I told my husband I needed a break. I blocked off time, I lit a candle, and somehow I ended up reorganizing my junk drawer, folding laundry, and going through my makeup drawer. So, not rest at all. But it completely reminded me of something that I think we all need to hear. Sometimes we don't need sleep necessarily. We just need to stop doing 19 things at once and let our brain just sit down. So, that's my little Plandish pivot. Today, I am sitting down with someone who blends balance, self-care, and a whole lot of joy into the chaos of motherhood. Paula from The Balanced Mom. Paula is all about helping moms find their flow, make time for themselves, and embrace the beautiful mess that is mom life. Through her Instagram and coaching, she shares practical tips for navigating the juggle of self-care and family without losing yourself in the process. So grab your planner and your I've got this mostly mindset, and welcome Paula to the Plandish crew.
Hello. So happy to be here. Let's talk some self-care.
Yeah. So first, let's just give me a little quick synopsis about you and how you came to start The Balanced Mom.
You bet. So I am a mom of two. I do have a 4-year-old and a 10-month-old. I was a pandemic mama, so that meant that it was heightening the anxiety, heightening the isolation, and just took me to a place that I really hope that no mother should have to go. The lack of a village, the systemic issues, the lack of support was really highlighted in that experience. So it took me, like I say, down a really negative path of postpartum anxiety and postpartum depression. So the creation of The Balanced Mom came from how can I support moms so that they don't feel just as isolated and lost as I was. So it's a passion project for sure. And it's still a learn on the job, but it's night and day between the first and second postpartum with the different rituals I've been able to, boundaries I've been able to set, just really a positive experience, and just kind of almost makes me grieve that much harder for my first.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I mean, postpartum, like you hear about postpartum, and when you're pregnant, for my twins, I heard about it and I was like, I didn't think about it. And they talk about the baby blues, but you really have no idea until you're in it. And that was the same for me. I was like, during the day, great. But the minute 4 o'clock hits, I was literally like on the floor crying, and my husband like couldn't help me. I went through so much depression. And then of course, when I went back to work after those kids, it was even harder. It was like something you never thought you would ever have to experience. It's wild. But yeah, having a community is absolutely amazing. And I wish, again, I had that too after I had my kids. So that is awesome that you're doing that. But we'll dive right in. So why do you think so many parents feel like they're consistently running on empty, even when they get sleep? Like, what do you think is really going on behind the scenes of, for instance, mom fatigue?
Honestly, the mental load, it's going to play such a huge role in things. No mother has had to experience what we have to, right? You're constantly able to get a hold of us, right? Like everyone has a phone. So it's not like back in the day, if there was a problem at daycare, like they'd reach you on your work phone. And if you weren't at your desk, they would have left a message, right? Like
Mhm.
you're so available all the time. So that's always top of mind. There's always all the things that you have to do. There's all these activities now for kids. There's doctor's appointments, like vaccines, all the things. So it's just we have so much on our plates. If you add work into that as well, now you have to go and juggle all of those elements, and it's too much. I mean, there has to be a way to either scale back, or you have to have a heck of a support system. So which, as far as like, you need a cleaner, you need a cook, you need like, you can't be doing all the things. It is not going to work. You are going to absolutely burn out. So, or even learning to ask for help. I know that was a really big one with my first, was just to say to someone, hey, I don't got this.
I know, I got you. Like, oh gosh. That's the thing too. Like, I felt like I needed help, but then I didn't know also how to ask for it. And then you felt guilty and you're like, no, I should be able to do this on my own. But it was, yes. I wish I would have asked way more and said, hey, you come over, do this, do the dishes, help me out here. I wish I would have used my voice more on that, but
Yes, and that's probably been one of the funnest part about my postpartum journey, is just how unhinged and feral I have gotten with my voice.
I love it.
But I'm here for it because it's in protection of my kids and myself. So
Absolutely. Ugh, gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, self-care often gets talked about as a luxury, but in your own experience, how can parents make self-care a priority without feeling guilty about it?
it's a mindset shift for a portion, right? I mean, I get that there's a group of people who self-care will always feel like a luxury. If you cannot afford childcare, that's always going to be difficult if you do not have any immediate family in the area. So I'm very hyper aware of definitely the privilege that I have in saying that I do have my son 2 days a week in childcare, because I need time for just me and baby.
Absolutely.
It's a lot, right? But so as far as boundaries is a big one, right? I mean, if it is just you and your spouse, having healthy boundaries, like I said to my husband, the moment you walk in that door, you're on this shift. So if you're not here, don't come home,
Oh,
right? Like,
I
you
love
go
that. I
go
want to
for a
start using
walk,
that.
do what you got to do. When you're home, you're on, right? So
Mhm.
it's uh, small things like that, and it's really being able to, yeah, speak your piece is huge, because we try so hard, and the internet makes it seem like we can do it all, and you can't. I'm going to tell you right now, some women will fight me on this, but you can't. You do need some help. So it's being able to, yeah, stand up for yourself and set boundaries.
I love it. What are some practical self-care habits or small little rituals that you recommend for parents who are feeling like they're constantly in survival mode? Obviously, telling the husband, like, get your crap together before you get in is definitely one. But what are some other ones, do you think?
It's going to absolutely vary for everyone. My biggest one, it's the smallest thing ever, is every afternoon I need to leave the house. So we go for a drive, kids are buckled in, and I grab an iced coffee of some sort.
Love that.
Right? No one can touch me. They can make noise, yeah, and they do. And honestly, that part's okay. I can also turn up the music too if I really want to. And just sit there and enjoy a couple sips in peace. It's going to vary for everyone and what that would look like, but it's finding something that you can sustain. So that means you should be able to do it every day. If it's locking yourself in the pantry, so be it. And just finding, yeah, that time for you, because especially when you're in the thick of it, like kids under 5, an hour seems unheard of, right? And even when you get that hour, it's, what do I do with it now, right? So we scale back even shorter than that. Like, what's something you can do for 5 minutes that's going to make you feel happy?
I love that. I always try to focus the same on like 5-minute things. Do I have 10 minutes? Do I have 15 minutes? Like, what can I fit in that time frame? Whether, I mean, I even like picked up my book and read like 2 pages just to like,
Right? Like, it's just something that
woo,
makes you feel
breathe.
good. Yeah. Yeah. Put on an audiobook, or right, or yeah,
Oh, yes.
take the kids out and go for a walk, right? Like, simple, yeah, things that are going to make you feel
Hmm.
good.
Yeah, I know, right? We are in Tampa, Florida, so it is like so hot, but I'm trying to still continue my morning walks before I start dripping sweat.
Right. It's just unbearable.
It is so hot. It's like 90 and I swear the humidity is like a
It's,
thousand.
yeah,
There's no point in doing your hair or anything. It's
it's
just,
just gonna.
yeah, it's horrid. Many parents or many parents struggle to balance their personal needs with their family responsibilities. So, what's your advice on creating a healthier balance without sacrificing either one? And I know that
for my husband and I, we go back and forth in this all the time. It's a constant struggle, constant shift. So are your, what's your advice?
Uh, so the biggest shift for you and your partner is communication's got to be open. That's number one. We will definitely waffle back and forth all the time on this too. For him, it's usually he gets home from work and he wants to go for a walk and have a shower. That's something that he's said, like, that's what I need to do. I've been at work all day, and I can say, I get that. So you
Mhm.
go do those things. And then it's kind of like, well, then once you come home, mama gets like 15 minutes just to get off the clock, to decompress from whatever the heck just happened that day. And then we can move forward together in the evening as a team. Like, it's not, it is a little bit of trading shifts, but at the end of the day, like, we are in this together. So it's, yeah, how can you find ways to help your partner,
Mhm.
and especially in the bedtime routine. And so for us, that looks like he does the bath for the kids, and then I kind of start bedtime routine. They have different times, so then we kind of switch off between the two kids, right? So it's never, well, occasionally there was a hockey game last night, a really big one, so I was on my own for all of the
Oh
above, but
gosh. Oh, yeah, that
but
is it's crazy because when I was working too, because I made the decision about 3 months to leave corporate finance to work at home. But since I've been a stay-at-home mom slash working my own little thing now, I keep trying to tell my husband, like, okay, I am on from when the kids wake up till when they go to bed. And I need that time too, right after they go to bed. Like I'm quote unquote clocking out. Like I need to pretend that I'm leaving my job, to have time to decompress. And sometimes he'll shift that before, like for instance, he'll help do dinner and gives me a couple minutes. But I think, yeah, it's needed because when you're home, there's no breaks. There really is not unless you literally make time for yourself. It's easier said than done too.
absolutely. And some days are going to just be easier than others. And it's just, yeah. I know if he comes home and he's had a really hard day, it's like you have to kind of bite your tongue of like, help.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I know you've had a bad day, but like, hi.
No. Oh, that's the worst. And sometimes I don't even feel bad. I'm like, I don't even care. I don't care how bad your day was. Just take the kids. Like,
Just take them and go. Yeah.
but that leads into my next question is how can parents start shifting their mindset around that? Because that's like a huge thing. We always say we can make time. We always say we want to do this, but how is like the best way that you recommend that we start shifting our mindset and reframing the ideas of taking a break?
Hmm. It's not selfish to take a break. That's a big one. And there is no shame in wanting more than the quote unquote just being a mom.
Mhm.
First of all, you're never just a mom, you're amazing. But if there's other hobbies or work career aspirations that you have, like, there is absolutely no shame in that. There's no one that's, I don't know why we have this ideation that it's, oh, you're a mom, so you have to just like do everything for the family, be everything for everyone. No, no. At the end of the day, you are a person, you have your needs. So
Mhm.
you get to go out and explore those as well. So, yes, it does involve, and it is, make it a non negotiable time for yourself of set hours or set times of the month, whatever's going to work for you. But you really do have to hold yourself to that, because at the end of the day, and this is a really tough part, no one's coming to help you.
Yes. Oh
You have
gosh,
to help
yes, I
you.
know.
And that realization, it hurt. Like, I kept being like the whole time, being like, I want my mom. But like, I'm estranged from my mom. So it was very, very apparent, like, no one is coming to help you. So if you don't stand up for you, you got nothing. And unfortunately, the only person then you can be mad at is yourself.
That is so true. And also being a good example for your kids when they grow up to know that, hey, my
Yeah.
mom did it all, but she also took that time for herself and made her a better person.
Yeah, and well, so we reclassified it in my house with my 4-year-old. When our youngest goes for a nap, then I say, okay, it's our me time now. So he's like, oh, okay. I said, what do you want to do that's just for you, buddy? Do you just want to play with your Legos? Do you just want to play with your Magnet tiles? And he's like, Mama, I just want to make something. I said, have at her. Mama's going to be over here. You can ask me questions, but other than that, Mama's doing Mama's thing.
Oh gosh, I love that. I cannot wait to get to that zone right now where like
It
I
was a long time coming. We implemented it as 2.5 was the youngest. I couldn't get more than a half hour at that point, but hey.
oh, I'm almost there where my boys are going to be 2 in August and we're right now at the phase where like I'll play with them and the minute I just stand up. I don't have to say anything. I just stand up from playing and they start crying. Like I'm gonna like leave forever. And I'm just like, oh gosh. When
She's
that gets
gone.
to you, like,
Oh, for sure.
oh,
18 months to 2 years was like my least favorite time of having a child. So you're almost through it. 'Cause at 2 words came and communication made
oh,
everything so much easier. Like I could understand, like, oh, mom, can you please stay with me till I fall asleep? I'm scared. Like that made sense. It wasn't just like as soon as you stood up, like,
I
what does that
cannot wait.
mean?
Oh, for them to be able to speak the human language instead of like,
Yes.
ma,
Or yeah.
like, oh, what
Yeah.
do you want? Oh man. Awesome. Well, I'm going to do a little rapid fire one answers. Just say whatever comes to your mind.
Okay.
So I'm going to pick two things and you'll just tell me which one you like. But coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Solo Target trip or full spa day?
Ooh, full spotted.
Mm-hmm. Resting in silence or with a show on in the background?
Mm. Show on in the background.
Yeah, me too. I have to like have something. It's probably adding to my overstimulation, but it's also needed. I love.
There are times where I can have complete silence and it's beautiful, but for the most part, it's nice to have something going because it's true. You can't go from the chaos of the day to nothing. Sometimes it's like too stark. Like,
Oh my
this is
gosh,
weird.
yes. That's like the worst thing when I go to bed at night, and that's when it's silence. I lay in bed and I'm exhausted, but then there's
But
flooding the millions of thoughts, and it just goes down a bad rabbit hole. So for bedtime, early bedtime or sleeping in?
early bedtime.
And then self-help book or juicy romance novel?
Ooh, self-help book.
Oh, I like it. I love it.
Now for my little segment, my favorites of the week, aka low effort, high reward things that keep me a functioning human. Self care doesn't need to be a spa day again, so let's normalize the messy wins. So these are some answers that I got back from everybody. Someone said an everything shower. Oh, yes, that is like the best when you literally, like an everything shower is like you're doing a body scrub, you're doing lotions, you're shaving, you're doing like triple shampoo. It's wonderful. Someone else said favorite short podcast to relate or get ideas from. Palandish, hello. Another afternoon iced coffee, absolutely. Under eye patches while doing dishes. I literally just did a post on that on Monday. Seriously, try it. It's kind of like it makes you feel a little good when you're doing chores. Another one said new candle while reading a good book. Ooh, I should try that. And other person said 5 minutes before bed, do a nice good stretch. Okay, yes, I've heard so much about this and I've heard it actually gives you better sleep, so I need to try it. But Paula, what is your favorite self-care item?
Well, you know me. I like a good boundary. So this week we've been focusing more on how to get some more time for myself. I am going to now be working more hours moving into July, so it's how are we able to get me that time, because my husband's a teacher, so he'll be done at the end of June, and now we get to switch roles, which is going to be really fun and weird and hopefully work very well, but we will see.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's
he's always
awesome.
said if you could make me a stay-at-home dad, he would. So I'm like, I'll see what I can do.
Oh my gosh. My husband says that every day. And I'm like, I'm trying. I mean, end goals for
Right.
both of us, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, we're going into the group chat where I ask some people on Instagram and Threads the question of the week. This week's question is, what's one tiny thing you do for yourself that feels restorative, even if it's weird or random? Mine, believe it or not, is swimming in our pool. I mean, we live in Florida, so like it's hot. You have to have a pool, I feel like here. But I don't know, when I get in it, it's just like a nice little but maybe because I was also a competitive swimmer for like 10 years, pool is my thing, and getting back in it, even if it's just to relax, is nice. But let's read some of these. So one said, reading a book till 3 a.m. while my baby sleeps. That is really good. I like that. I wish I did that more often when my kids were in that zone, but yeah, I need my sleep right now. Another one said, hand toddler over to dad and lock myself in a room with hot coffee for 20 minutes. Oh, So good. Giving your kids to your significant other and sipping something quietly it's gold. Someone said scroll TikTok in the bathroom. Yep, we can all get trapped in the bathroom. Got to pretend you're doing some business to get privacy. Another person said sitting in my car in the AC before I go into the house. That's kind of therapeutic. It is. Someone said sparkling water out of a wine glass at 2 p.m. to pretend it's elevated hydration. Ooh, I'm going to try that. That actually sounds fancy. Another one said creating new recipes on weekends. Hello, that is me, or at least I want to be every weekend, but I love it. So Paula, what is one tiny thing you do for yourself?
I would say, yeah, every day going to a drive-through to get a coffee, because it is just, it's something to look forward to. And I, especially like being sleep deprived with a 10-month-old, like I kind of hit 2:00 and I feel like I'm going to just pass out somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
So, buckling everyone in, not being touched, going, getting a coffee, feeling the coldness of that cup, and just, I don't know, it just hits my soul.
What's your favorite coffee spot?
That is going to, oh yeah, I guess you guys have Tim Hortons now in the States, but.
Oh, yeah, actually true. Like,
I would say Starbucks, but I cannot afford that every day.
I know. I have one 2 seconds from my house, and it's going to be the death of me. I swear to God. Like, that's all I ask for is Starbucks gift cards. Just let me just
Right?
run with that.
And just a reminder to everybody out there, if you want to be featured on the podcast, just stay tuned for Back to Home Base on Instagram and Threads, because I will post my next question probably in the next day or so. So yeah. Well, Paula, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for reminding us that rest isn't something you earn. It is something you definitely deserve, because your brain and body are doing Olympic level work every single day. I know every listener just felt deeply seen by you and probably added sit in the car alone with your iced coffee to their weekly wellness plan. But seriously, thank you for being a part of the Plandish crew today, and go check out her Instagram at The Balanced Mom for amazing tips and resources. So everybody, here's your reminder for the week. Whether your version of rest is a lawn shower, a quiet car ride, or walking to your mailbox, it counts. You don't need to do it perfectly. You just need to do it plandish and have balance. But I love it. Thank you so much, and see you next week. If nothing else, you showed up, and that's the most plandish thing you can do. Subscribe, share it with your chaos crew, and I'll see you next week.